I'd buy that for $1.
Well, hello, my sweet tortured souls. Miss Violet, back again with another Trans Girl Transformers review. And this time I'm taking a look, doubling up here, I'm taking a look at the first two components of the Transformers Studio Series, Transformers the Movie, Bonecrusher and Scrapper, the first two components of their 86 movie, Devastator. So, first of all, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. We're going to focus on Bonecrusher first and then come back to Scrapper. So let's move him out of the way for now. And focus on Bonecrusher. Here is what you get in the box. Here is the box. Lovely bit of artwork. Sorry for the light glare. It's the best I can do right now with my light setup. 2 of 6. There's a nice picture of Devastator there. On this side, it shows you he is a deluxe class. And there's your usual promotional bullshit and backstory and all that kind of malarkey. My focus has been a bit weird here. Hold on. There we go. Right, that's it for the box. Move that out of the way. You get your instructions for construction, destruction, however you want to put it, but you get your instructions there. And on to his vehicle mode. He does not come packed in vehicle mode, he comes packed in robot mode. But I always like to get these vehicle modes out of the way first, purely because, for me, as good as a vehicle mode can be, they're the least interesting part of a Transformer. I know, sacrilege to say, but for me, they're all about the robot mode. And as good as this vehicle mode is, there's no wheels or nothing. So when he's in vehicle mode, he can't roll. I mean, he's doing what he does in vehicle mode. That's it. I mean, I suppose you could. That's it. That's literally what he does in vehicle mode. That is it. For this guy, he's literally a brick. Turn my light off so we can take a closer look. Here we go. I mean, the details are great, don't get me wrong. Oh, sorry, nudge my camera there. But I mean, the details are fantastic. The kind of like mechanical workings and stuff in the side bits. Here, look. Like, the details there, it's good. But in vehicle mode, like I said, that's it. He's doing what he does in vehicle mode. It's literally it. You do come with his gun. That is one other accessory he does come with. Let's get a close-up on that. Very well done little blaster. You can pop it on either side, but the instructions do show it goes right there. So that's about it for his vehicle mode. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly jump over to Scrapper and take a look at his vehicle mode. But I'm going to pop him off in the background and bring Scrapper's vehicle mode in. I mean, in comparison, this guy has way more going for him. He rolls as a rolling vehicle should do. So, I mean, there's your comparison. Zoom it in to have a closer look. There's your comparison to the vehicle modes. I mean, they're okay, but I mean, well, his is kind of meh. This one I much prefer, but this one, we'll talk more about you in a minute. But right, so I suppose then I should jump it on over to transformation. So by the power of editing, and boom, there we have him in his robot mode. And for a chunky little Constructicon, I think he looks quite good. I mean, he's got all the right details and everything for Bonecrusher, or Bonecrusher, whichever. I can never fucking remember which one he's meant to be. Bonecrusher. There we go. Right, okay, now I know. But here we have his articulation. Now, some of the proportions are a bit weird. Like, these are tiny, tiny forearms. But I mean, it's a triple changer, kind of. It's a combiner limb. Combiner limb robot modes do tend to suffer a little bit because they're there for the combine mode. But brilliant detail on that head sculpt. Look at that. Decepticon logo up front and center, all shiny. The green plastic does have like a little kind of a metallic look to it under light. Purple paint on the fists. Silver paint details on the hips and on the feet, because they were the treads as we saw in vehicle mode. And not too much. Oh, that's a point we will get to in a second. Not too much back kibble, but this is clearly the combiner peg. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That is the combine mode part. As you just saw, we'll cover a quick flaw with the figure. This does not really lock into this very well. I mean, it kind of does, but it's more of a resting point, because, look, how easy that is to just pop off there. And there's no real way of fixing it other than kind of doing that, making sure it's all the way in, and then lock that piece into place. But there we go. Anyway, articulation. Arms can go out to the side. Full 360. Elbows on a ball joint, so you get a nice range of motion there. He is a right-handed gun character. I don't know if the blast effects will fit on this gun. I will have to check it in a minute. I have some spare ones laying around. But yeah, same both sides. Nothing at the waist due to the way he has to incorporate all of this. So nothing at the waist, although due to the combiner element, you can sort of get a bit of a crunch forward, but not much. If you disengage this bit, you can get into crunch forward if you really want to. Legs can go out that far. All the way up. All the way back. He can kick himself in the shoulder if he really wants to. But yeah, it's the same both sides. You do get a nice thigh swivel there. Again, some little molded details on the inside, but big hollow chunk there. And yeah, knee, single jointed knee. And the feet do articulate backwards and forwards like that. And you do get some ankle tilt on the go. So you can get this guy in some pretty good action poses. Oh, head does do a little bit of a bob and it can rotate. But you can get him into a bit of an action-y kind of pose. Make it look like he's shooting down some Autobots. You work with it, there you go. Ta-da! Right, I will do some... Oh, and this bit can articulate. So you can have it up or down. I prefer to have it down because, again, that's what the instructions tell you. To have it down like that. So, give me a second. We'll get into some comparisons. Here he is with Starscream and Megatron. This is the Earthrise Starscream. I think this is actually the Coronation Studio Series one, but it is the Earthrise Starscream mold. And this is the Earthrise Megatron mold, but it's from the Spoiler 2-pack where he came with purple translucent dinosaur bones, skeleton. What were they called? Fossilizers, I think they were called. Yeah, not a great gimmick, but yeah, he came with that one, and that's kind of my preferred look for Megatron, but that's just my personal preference. And here he is with Earthrise Optimus Prime holding the Allspark. It's just out of camera, but he is holding the Allspark. And Siege Sideswipe, which for me, it's the only Sideswipe in my collection, but I feel like it's the only one that I need. It perfectly evokes that G1 character for me, but there's a height comparison for them in their robot modes. So let's keep this Constructicon, Decepticon trainer rolling. Let's take a look at the next component. Scrapper. Let's zoom in for a quick closer look at his... Oh, actually, no, sorry. First, we'll take a look at the box. Here is the box. There is his name. There is that same piece of artwork of Devastator. There isn't it. mistake made here. It says 1 of 5. It's actually 1 out of 6 because there's 6 Constructicons. But I think that's because 2 of them are in a 2-pack. So it means you've got 5 things to buy, not 6 robots. So I think that's the mistake. But on all the other packaging, it says 1 of 6. So, but there we have Scrapper's artwork on the side. Here's a Voyager class. There's your promotional images, spoiler alerts, there's your bio, how many steps it takes, what you can do with all of the bits that come in the box. You also get your instructions for construction and destruction, and you get everything you see on the vehicle mode here. So let's zoom in and take a closer look. Okay, so here is Scrapper in his vehicle mode. He does come with Devastator's combiner weapon and his own little gun. So we'll just pop all of this off and see what he looks like without all of the guff. You can display him without all of this. You can just take the gun. I think there's a port somewhere on the side. No, okay, you can't even store his gun in this mode, but there you go. Bare basic Constructicon construction vehicle. There is a bit of articulation here. You kind of have to hold this piece down, but you can move the bucket up and down. You can go, you know, all the way up if you really want it to, but it does keep raising up this little piece here. It's kind of on its own independent bit right here. So you do have to pop that back down. Sorry if my cat appears in the background. And he's just run off again. 2 seconds. No, they're fine. Okay, but yeah, as I showed before, he does roll. You have to... Oh, good and noisy on a bit of wood there, that. Oh, there's the underside where you can basically see how the robot mode's going to come out. But that's it. A quick close look at his gun. I think it's a very well done gun. I don't think that post will hold an effects piece, which I forgot to check on Bonecrusher. So when I get round to comparing these guys in their robot modes, I will show that off if they work. You get this piece right here, which can be used as its own smaller kind of heavy blaster for the smaller characters, I suppose. Then you have this piece, which looks like that. And you, of course, can combine these. There is a certain way to do it. There's like a notch right here and a notch here and here. And you just line that up, pop it together, and there you have Devastator's pistol. I've heard people complain that this is a bit too small for Devastator. I was like, it's not meant to be a massive cannon, it's meant to be a pistol. So for a character the size of Devastator, that being a pistol, when this is the size of a pistol of an average robot, I see what I get it. In my mind, that makes sense. Like, this is just a bigger version of one of these because it's a bigger robot. It's still just a blaster. It's not a cannon, it's a blaster. But anyway, much like with Bonecrusher, through the power of editing... And here we have Scrapper in his robot mode. And I think this one definitely fares better than the previous one. But going straight to the details, I mean, look at that head sculpt. That is a G1 head sculpt, if ever I've fucking seen it. Oh, bucket head. Head is on a bit of a ball joint, but due to the shape, you don't get too much wiggly waggly. You get a little bit down, a little bit up. Mostly rotation. Arms go out to the side. If you watch how you handle this joint, they can, and the bucket obviously do a full 360, but it is hindered, so they're not meant to, but you can. Elbow joint. And elbow swivel there. Nothing at the wrists due to the fact that just the way they're molded. Same on both sides. This guy does have a waist rotation. I'm pretty sure he does. But it's a bit awkward. No, this one also does not have a waist twist. I could have sworn he did. Oh, never mind. But, yeah, legs can go that far out to the side. That far forward. you work around stuff that far back. You do get a nice swivel at the thigh. You also get a nice deep knee bend, so you get a good 90 out of it. And the feet pivot side to side. You get forward, not so much backward though, just due to the way everything's shaped and sculpted. So, there you go. Now let's arm him up. Now, per the instructions, you can take his little gun and you can pop it in his right hand. And he's good to go. Good to go shoot some Autobots. Or, as per the instructions, you can give him this gun in his right hand, if it'll fit. It's a loose grip, I will say that. And then this gun in this hand, if you really want to. So that he's actually using, you know, parts of Devastator on the battlefield, if you really want to. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Maybe when I get the other guys, I could kind of split these out between, like, you know, some of the bulkier characters. They could have the bigger weapons, maybe. But on the one character, I mean, that doesn't look so bad. It's just like he's using, like, a grenade launcher. But that just, it looks oversized for him. That's my personal thoughts. But putting him back with his single weapon, as he is supposed to be. Doing this all in camera, folks. Oh, so he's balancing. Get him stood in a nice pose. Oh, no, don't want to flip his fist in. I want to bring the elbow round. There we go. Flatten his feet to the ground. There you have Scrapper. Time for comparisons. There he is with Screamer and Megs, as pointed out before. And I mean, yeah, good scale, I think. And with Sideswipe and Optimus. And again, I think the scale is pretty damn close. I mean, pretty good. He's not as big as Prime, but he's bigger than Sideswipe. So that kind of works for me. And I do like to be surprised, but yes, their guns do actually incorporate, you can actually incorporate the blast effects from previous waves on these guys' blasters. Devastator's gun, however, this one, no. Blast effects do not work with that one. Maybe we get some in the box set. I don't know. I don't have the box set of the two torso pieces, because that's Commander class, so I'm going to have to save my pennies for that one. But as far as these two go, the first two parts of my journey to build Devastator, I'm very, very impressed with these guys. I will show up a short little video here where I show you them on my shelf, as you know, with the rest of my Transformers collection. If you see any in the videos that you would like me to take a look at that I haven't already taken a look at, or maybe some you'd like me to revisit, please feel free to just point them out in the comments and I will do a review of them. But I have been Miss Violet. This has been my... I nearly buggered up my ending there. I have been Miss Violet, and this has been my Constructicon Decepticon double bill. Mwah! See you later, my sweet tortured souls. Catch you in the underworld. Bye!